We're here with Beth Babcock from Nonesuch Books. She's going to talk with us about what they do for the community and how they work with others in the community.
Hi, everybody. I'm really excited to show you my store and what we do in a bookstore. So let me start by saying that in a bookstore, we do a lot of things with books, obviously. We sell books, we talk about books, we order books. So you can sort of see, as you look, we just have shelves and shelves of really cool books. Our day sort of starts, we open up, we get our cash registers ready. When you work in a store, you do a lot of talking with people. So we get our cash registers ready, we open our doors, and then as people come in, if they're looking for books, we might help them find books. If they're looking for magazines, if they're looking, this happens to be a store that has lots of other things in addition to books, cards and presents, toys. Some of those on the wall behind me. So we'll help people find what they're looking for. Oftentimes, if we don't have what they're looking for, we will order it for them. So you can see there's a lot that we do. We talk with people. We have to be able to go on the computer and find things if we don't have them. We have to know our way around the store so that we can find things for people in the store. We all have a lot of fun here talking about books. It's one of the reasons people like to work in a bookstore is because we read and we like to talk about what we read. What's really cool is different kinds of things. So most of the people that work here read, like I like mysteries, for example. We have somebody who really likes children's books. And so when customers come in, we talk with them about the different books, and they'll talk with people in the store about kinds of books they like. It's an interesting thing when you think about a store. We provide things for people, right? So those are good, and we provide those. But we also provide a service, and that kind of the service that we provide are things like helping people choose a book. In recent months, when stores have been closed, we have been doing a lot more service because we can't have people in our store right now. So what we have been doing is taking people's calls over the phone, shopping. I walk around the store all day and I pick out books for people, or I pick out some of the things on the back, the toys on the back wall, or I'll go to the bookshelf and say, well, what about these books? We send pictures. And so we'll shop in the store, and then we get people's orders together and we will bring them out. Sometimes we deliver them to their homes, and sometimes we to our little table outside of the store. So that is a lot of a service that in getting people their goods. So one of the things really important about working in a bookstore is how much you work with people. So we work with our customers, but we also work with each other. Being able to speak with each other respectfully, being able to tell people what we need, being able to talk with our customers and understand what we need, and find it for them are all really important skills when you're working in something like a bookstore. The other thing that's really important when you work in a bookstore like this is how much of a part of our community we are. And so we work with all of our businesses around here. We all know each other. We all support each other. I have different businesses, different schools that might call me and say, hey, we need these books for our kids. Can you get them? I might call a school and say, hey, we have a story hour. Just so you know, you can bring kids on Sunday, tell your kids on Sundays they can come listen to stories. We have communities, that we buy things from for the store that we use in the store. We may need a decoration for the store, and we run over to one of the stores next door and get our decorations from them. Those are all things, it's really important, in a community, we help take care of each other. And so that's what being part of a community is. If people can't get to our store, we'll deliver their books to them, because sometimes people can't get out, but they still need things to read. So those are all important things too, when you think about working in a store. And those are things that have become really important in the last couple of months, and more important than they have been before. And as I said, also kind of fun. You know, you get to really talk with people on the phone, and you get to run around the store and pick out birthday presents for people. And we also happen to wrap presents here. So that's been, you know, you have to learn how to wrap presents in our store. Some people are really good at it. Some of us are still trying to figure it out, and we're not the masters yet, but that's okay. Um, so these are the things about working in a bookstore. You know, the others might not think about working in a bookstore is you're on your feet a lot. Um, you know, we're standing behind the cash register or walking around the store most of the day. We do take breaks. Then we're sitting at the computer looking up books. Or if I'm gonna, you know, if I've been here all day and I'm gonna stop and have my lunch, I might run down, you know, to Sia or Verbena or something like that and get a sandwich. And then we have a nice back room that we sit and we can eat lunch there. On nice days in the summer, sometimes we'll go across the street to the park and eat in the park. Um, and you sort of, and you have to make sure, very important when you're doing those things, part of working in a store is you have to make sure that enough people working all the time. So when I take a break, I need to make sure that someone is covering. Like when I'm doing this right now, I've got a coworker who's got my phone. She's answering the phone for me. She knows I can't be bothered right now, so she's going to do the other stuff. um, so that, and again, that's part of working with people, right, is being able to tell people, here's what I'm doing, what are you doing, what do we need to do, how do we work together. So those are the really important things I think about working in a bookstore. I think it's amazingly fun. um, you have to really like people, and you have to like to talk a little bit. Reading, very important. Not so important like what you like to read, but important that there's something that you like to read and something that you can tell people a little bit about. Also really fun that you get to make displays in stores and set things up, you know, so you do things like you how do you organize the toys on the wall, right? How do you come over here and how do you set up the books so that people can see, you know, so that people can see the books that they want to buy, and how do you organize those things so that people know what they want to do and can find things. So that's a really fun part of the job too that not everyone knows about. Is it's called displays, or, you know, merchandising it's called. So these are all parts of working in a bookstore I think are really fun, and um, I hope that you've gotten some information about what it's like to work in a bookstore from me. And thank you so much for listening to me.